Step into the spotlight of Sans Showbiz, guiding you through the stories behind the stars with Nigel Clarkson. Nigel Clarkson's guest is DJ Pep.
Hi, Pep, you all right?
Hello, Notorious. I mean, I can call you Notorious because I know you as Notorious Naughty Nige. Some people will know you as Nigel Clarkson, but it's good to have different names.
Of course it is.
In my eyes, Naughty Nige will always be the man. How are you?
I'm fine,
How's
thanks.
Things in Lytham?
Fine and dandy, yeah. It's just a bit grey outside, but we're going to brighten things up.
It's sunshine in Morecambe Bay.
Yeah.
I am stood next to you by the Eric Morecambe statue.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah.
Yes, there's a queue of people wanting a picture taken, and with Eric Morecambe statue.
Right, we're going to find a little bit out about DJ Pep, all right? So we're going to go back. We're going all the way back right now, before you became famous on the TV.
Oh, I don't know about that, but
Right.
Here's one for you, then. We're gonna spin it. We're gonna reverse psychology,
Yeah.
and maybe I'll ask you some questions.
You
as
can
well.
if you
What
want.
does PEP stand for?
That's exactly what I was going to ask you, the first question.
There you go. And may I say, people, I do not know what Naughty Nige is going to deliver here, so I thought I'd put one to you. What does PEP stand for? Naughty Nige, what do you think?
Professional
it stands
entertainer.
for? Did you say professional?
Yeah.
I've never been called that.
It's
But
got,
I like that.
is it something like that? Professional entertainer, professional? I don't know.
Right, here we go. Because I'm hyperactive and sunshine persona.
It's what? Is that Norman Collier?
Yeah, God, was I breaking up then?
Yeah, you're breaking up.
All right. When a big vehicle goes past me on Morecambe Promenade,
Yeah.
it breaks the signal. But don't worry about that.
Okay, go on.
Right. Do you know what sunshine disposition means, don't you?
Sort of.
Yes. Well, that's what PEP stands for. Positive energy person.
Oh, that's the one. You
Now,
told
when
me.
I was a little boy, my mum used to call me Peppy
Yeah,
because, I get dark-skinned, Italiano, that sort of jobby-wobby.
yeah.
And then later on in life, when I became, dare I say, an entertainer, or maybe someone to put a smile on somebody's faces,
Yeah,
I became the Pep. I dropped the E and just became the Pep.
yeah.
And then I thought to myself, in this day and age, very modern, to have a power word for each letter. In America,
Definitely.
they all have power words for each letter. So
Yeah.
I thought, positive energy person, I kind of would like that.
Yeah.
And that's how it stood.
Excellent. So, in the first days when you first got entertaining, Pep, we want to discover how you first got into doing a little bit of entertaining. What age would you be?
I was about 6 years old. My mum and dad were based on holiday camps, Pontins, Middleton Towers, Butlins. My dad started on Butlins, went to So my dad got to know Billy Cotton very well, and then I get to meet Fred Pontin in later life because
Yeah,
that's how the past came across. So I would start with the industry that I'm in. At Christmas parties, we'd have neighbours round to the house, and we'd have a little bar in the lounge.
Yeah.
So my job would have been to play background music for the neighbours when they came and visited us over Christmas. So I would do Perry Como, Frank Sinatra. My mum was from Tiger Bay, Cardiff, so she used to hang out with Bassey. So
yeah.
I'd have to obviously play Shirley Bassey. And at the same time, we had a little bar in the corner, and I would go around the bar and pour the drinks out for the neighbours, opening up the tins, stuff like that.
Yeah,
So that's how I first got into doing what I do today, all those years ago,
yeah.
in a way that you just thought, mum and dad's having a party for the neighbours, Christmas party, I'll play the music and pour some drinks, and the rest
That
is
was
history,
it.
if you know what I mean, Nige.
Yeah.
I mean, while the neighbours were round at the house having the drinks I poured for them, I went round to their houses and burgled them. It was a double whammy. It was a complimentary sandwich. Hey, have a tin of that. Thank you very much.
So, what was your big gig? The first big gig that you got then after all that?
I don't think I've ever really had a big gig.
You have.
No.
You've done loads of big gigs.
I mean, my philosophy, right? I get a lot of people delving in, and they can never delve into my mindset, if you know what I mean. There's
I'm trying.
Lots of barriers there, Nige.
Yeah, I know.
So I tell them that I am a modern day therapist, where the people, at the moment I'm working in a show bar in Worcester, which is great live entertainment, myself as a host,
Yeah.
and it's tickety-boo, positive vibes, positive music. If you go in there feeling sad, you come out there feeling happy and skint. But it's like I'm a modern day psychiatrist, where people come into the unit and they're feeling down, feeling miserable. You know, you don't know what's going on in their lives.
Yeah.
So you try and distract them from all that, maybe sadness, tough times, etc., etc. So then it's not like a drug, but they want more of that vibe, that positive vibe, if you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
So you see them again, if you see what I mean, and we see them again. So I'm kind of like blessed with a gift from someone that has that sunshine disposition. Big gig? No, I don't think I've ever really done a big gig, to be honest, Nige.
You've done a few.
I mean, to some people, they probably would have been big gigs, but you and I know, Nige, once we do something, it's in the past, and then we go on to the next project. That's what it's all about.
You do. You forget. Next one. You do. You forget what you've been doing, don't you?
You're not going to believe this. This is very true, right? This is, and I hope you put this in, right? A seagull has just pooed on me.
Yeah, I heard it.
Did you hear it?
Not the poo, but I heard the seagull.
The seagull just flew over my head. I felt something on my arm. This is all right. I was going to send you a picture. A seagull pooed on me. That's an omen, isn't it? That's an omen.
It's a good luck omen.
Is it a good look, I remember? I mean, one minute we're talking about positive energy vibes, and then a seagull flies over me and poos on my arm. And I'm going to send you a picture of this to prove that when the listeners listen to this, they say, oh, no, he's made it all up. There'll be a picture underneath this podcast.
There will. We'll put it on. We'll put it on the website, on the podcast.
So. Please do so. Blimey. What's the punchline on that one, Nigel?
I don't know.
Poos on you from great height. That's unbelievable.
Right.
Now, you've got to tell me, Nigel, no one has ever been pooed on while doing a podcast with you.
Never.
That's the first one, isn't it?
Probably the last, but anyway,
Yes, taking it to new lows. That's what I like to do now.
Trying to, yeah.
Next question, Nige.
Next question is then, right, so from there you went on to doing a bit of radio, didn't you, at Lancaster? It started there, did it?
Are we allowed to mention names?
Yeah, you can mention names. I can cut them out later on.
Good boy. I was going to do hospital radio, and I went down to Lancaster Infirmary to meet the person in charge of hospital radio, and I think she thought I was too hyper to be a presenter on hospital radio, if you know what I mean. My punchline was I'd have had him in stitches. So nothing came of that, right? Anyway, a few years later, there was a thing, man. I know where you started at Rock FM. That's on your CV.
Yeah, that's on.
Rock FM was doing a charity day where people would donate money and get things from it. Does that make? Can you remember that night?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, like an auction thing.
Yeah, it's a long time ago. It's about 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, I phoned up the station and they put me live on air, and I talked to one of the researcher teams, and I said, right, I'm going to offer money, and it's not being advertised, the event to actually to do with the money that goes to charity. He goes, all right, what do you want to do? I go, I wouldn't mind having a show on Rock FM, being like watched with a presenter. And he goes, all right, how much would you want to do for that? And he says, look, this is live on air. I said, well, £400. She goes, 450, and we'll give you a show on Magic as well.
Wow.
So you go from Rock FM studio into Magic. So I agreed. I went straight down with the money.
Yeah.
I gave him a Tony Cookson check. People will think Tony Cook's, that name was a bell.
Yeah.
That was Quasimodo. We gave him a Tony Cookson check for 450, and eventually it cleared. And I said to myself, oh, right, because I think you know what I'm thinking here, Nige.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to go on radio. You've never done that before. So you need to make yourself look kind of professional, that word again.
Yeah, you try.
So I contacted the Bay, and I got hold of a gentleman called John Gilmore.
Yeah.
Gilly. And they said, right, come to the show. I spoke to John Boy, and I said, I'm going on Red Rose, because he's with you, an ex-Red Rose presenter, and I'll do an impersonation. Pep Star, come to the breakfast show tomorrow, and you can see how I do it. So I went down there, and I went down there for a week. We got on very well, ready for this show. So I did the show.
Yeah. And
I'm going to throw some names at you now, which you'll remember. I jumped onto the Glenn Hunt show in the afternoon.
I remember him.
Where I was the weather forecast. I did the weather forecast for the Preston surrounding area.
Yeah.
And then they said, right, DJ Pep, you're going next into Studio 2, where it's Magic live on air. And there was a guy called Dave Asher. And he said to me in a nice way, he goes, if you don't get a radio show somewhere after this, it'll beg a belief and everything, Nige.
Yeah.
So I did the show, and that was it. The next thing you know, I was on one of the team with your good self and John Gilmore at the Bay, which I spent about 5 years there, which was lovely.
You used to come on after me, didn't I? I used to do the sports show.
Oh, we used to have such great fun. I mean, let's talk about real radio, right? Nigel used to do the sports show, which was always great fun, and sometimes some was jump on and help out. Am I correct?
Yeah, we had a little team, didn't we? Helped out.
Are you there, Nigel?
Yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear me? We had a little team.
Nigel, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me? He's playing me up now.
Are you there? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Right, I'm going to stay in the same position.
Right.
So, Nigel Clarkson would do a sports show, which was a very successful show, and sometimes your son would jump on and help out, and I got to know your son. It was lovely.
Yeah.
And then I would do DJ Pep's tea time party show on the Bay.
Yeah, that's it.
And I can remember one occasion where I was about to go live on air. I was about to hit the button when you ran in.
I know.
Yes.
I'll never forget it.
I never forget it. And unfortunately, the Queen Mother just passed over. And we had to go straight into orbit mode.
That's right.
As I was about to go into DJ Pep full happy party mode.
Yeah.
But I never forget you zooming in that fast. Never seen Nigel Clarkson legs move that fast.
And get that CD on, wasn't it? Where you had to play a CD of music and nothing else.
We had to play like classical music, and that was it. Did that, met loads of people around the Bay Area, went to lots of places, and then eventually I got the weekend breakfast show.
Yeah.
And which was great, Saturday and Sunday, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Very enjoyable. Ideal to wake up the northwest and South Cumbria.
Did you remember when you did that gig outside for charity and you were chained to the scaffolding that was erected outside on the quayside?
Oh, no, I came up with a few ideas. When it came to Bay Radio, I got engaged at Nebworth with Robbie Williams.
Yeah.
So I made the headlines with that on the actual radio station. And when I came up to the MD one day and I goes, look, I've got an idea. I goes, I'm a loon, L-O-O-N, and opposite here is the loon, L-U-N-E. David Blaine is in London and he's hanging from a box over the River Thames. Why don't we do loon over the loon, meaning L-U-N-E over L-O-O-N, or L-O-O-N over L-U-N-E.
Yeah.
So I'll be honest, as always, I'm not sure about that idea, DJ Pep. I thought, pardon? I'm not sure about that idea. So I thought, all right, fair enough. So I contacted a scaffold company who thought it was a great idea.
Yeah.
And they erected the only big erection over the quay that weekend. The scaffolding over the loon, and I walked up the ladders and stayed on planks over the loon for 2 days.
Yeah.
By which time there'd been a posse of beautiful ladies at the bottom shouting jump. There'd been people throwing eggs at me. But there was also traffic jams across the quay and behind me.
Yeah.
By which time, when I finally came down and, everybody thought, wow, what a good success that was. That very same person said, yeah, DJ Pep, that was a really good idea. And I thought,
you didn't say that at the time.
Showbiz?
As well as that, though, as well as radio, I mean, you've been doing a lot of TV, haven't you?
Oh, so fortunate, Nigel. So fortunate. Very, very blessed. Once again, these things happen by chance, or do they? If you know what I
think
mean.
so. I think you make your chance, don't you? You make your luck.
Well, I think it's all about thinking about something and doing it. And then you've got to always push the envelope. Never stop pushing the envelope in life. Even today, even tomorrow. Push the envelope, see what comes of it. You'll be surprised. If you don't do anything, nothing will come of it.
Yeah.
So really, I'd left the Bay, become a little bit less showbiz, to be honest. If you know what I mean. We just want you to save the Bay every half hour. Okay. And one day I was just wandering around and I saw an advert for a TV show. And the next thing you know, I can't cook to save my life. And the first one I jumped on, which was Come Dine With Me.
Yeah.
I'd worked with a director who's now a director called Lee Service, who's now the director of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. He's the senior producer of that.
Wow.
He's the senior producer of Love Island. We was in contact a few weeks ago having a chit chat about how things are.
Yeah.
Because we started our when I did the Come Dine With Me Lancashire edition, it was called, East Lancashire edition, it was the first ever Come Dine With Me where the cook, should we say, or wannabe cook, became the host. So it was more about the cooking was second, it was more about the hosting. Because fortunately, he could see this guy can't cook to save his life, but he can put on a party. Well, the next thing you know, listeners and Naughty Nige, I was invited down to ITV Towers, where we used to film the This Morning. It was called the South Tower. They do it now at TV Centre, the old BBC place. So I went down there. He invited me all down there to meet, Dave Lamb? I met Dave Lamb, the voiceover guy. I gave him a jar of mint sauce because I thought lamb and mint sauce goes down to well, which of course he loved. I went and watched the show being edited together. Yeah. Are you still there?
I'm still here, yeah. I can still hear you.
Now?
I can still hear you, yes.
I can hear you now.
I can hear you.
Okay, here we go. So I went down there and I watched the show being edited together, and I never forget his words. He said to me, Johnny, I was doing a menu read in a nightclub, and he came up to me and he said, Johnny, do you always want to be a DJ for the rest of your life?
Yeah.
Or do you want to be a TV presenter? I said, I want to be a TV presenter. So I'm still a DJ. But I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know me, Nige, and everyone listening to the podcast will know that Nige has to force things out of me. I'm not one of those sort of people that...
No, you don't go around talking about it, do you, really?
Sometimes you meet people, don't you, Nige, and the first thing they do is blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, blimey, oh, hello, how are you? So...
Well, I'll ask the questions. You'll be all right, and then you can answer them. I mean, the one that sticks in my mind, right, TV shows, Pep, is when you were on Weakest Link.
Oh, my goodness. Well, wow, I mean, this could be a long podcast. I was when I was at the Bay, they were doing a national radio presenter's Weakest Link. So I thought, well, I'll have nobody, and I'm just doing, I was just doing the Saturday night party show.
Yeah.
So I sent in an application form. Well, the next thing you know, they asked me, would I be happy to appear on the Weakest Link radio presenters show? Now, I can't remember. Well, Nigel, I went down to, what's that place in London? Is
Shepherd's
it Paramount?
Bush?
Pardon?
Shepherd's Bush?
No, not Shepherd's Bush. I went down to, what's that film studio in London?
Yeah, the big one. You told us about that. What was it called?
With the gong.
Yeah.
It's not Paramount. It's going to bug me now. This is going to be bugging me, Mrs. Nige.
Yeah.
I went down there, and there was 12 presenters from Radio 1, Radio 2. I was putting up people on the base head. I'm stood next to this guy. It was one of their heroes, so I put them on the phone so they could talk to their heroes.
Yeah.
So they said, right, DJ Pep, you're going to be the 12th man, which means if one doesn't turn up, you'll be the guy thrown in. I goes, well, I don't mind that. I mean, I'm at Paramount Studios, but I think it's not Paramount. I'm having sandwiches with the crust cut off, and I'm with Anne Robinson. I thought, this is brilliant, because I met all the people and everything, and I got on them like I was on fire. Well, Nige, to cut a long story short, the 12 people, the 12 presenters, all turned up. I was happy. BBC had paid for the expenses, hotel, first-class train fare.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, when I went to Nebworth with Robbie Williams, and I was on the big screens because me and Robbie had just proposed to my then girlfriend, stroke fiance at the time.
Yeah.
The BBC people from the Weakest Link were in the audience. Little did I know.
Right.
So then they recontacted me and said, "Mike, DJ Pep, we saw you at the Nebworth show. Can we ask you to come back on the Weakest Link in your own right this time?"
Brilliant.
So I goes, yeah, of course you can. So now I was back on the Weakest Link in my own persona.
Yeah.
Where I was in position 1, 2, 3. I think position 4 opposite Anne Diamond. Anne Diamond. Anne Robinson.
Anne Robinson.
She was a little gem, wasn't she, Anne Diamond? So I was opposite Anne Robinson in prime position, and all the others voted me off first, which was brilliant.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have it any other way because I was never going to win it. And as I stropped past her, Anne Robinson looked at me and said, "The entertainment has just left the show." And I thought, too right, Anne. I love you loads, babe. Have a stick of Morecambe Rock.
Great. That was great. I remember that. I was making me tea, and you were on it. It used to be on at tea time, didn't it? The Weakest Link.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Tea time on BBC One.
And also from there, you've gone on to like bigger shows, really. I would say now. When you're taking an item in, what's that show called?
Right. Well, I've done a few of those, to be honest.
Nigel Havers.
Notorious Nige.
Yes.
Well, I did Push Porn TV.
Yeah.
I did Maybe Best House Win. That was ITV. Push Porn TV, which was Channel 4. I did The Four Rooms, which was Channel 4. But I did 15 to 1, which was interesting.
How did you do on that?
So I was like orange. I'd been tangoed.
Why was that? Why were you being tangoed?
Well, the orange makeup. They put a lot of orange makeup on me.
Mm.
So that was with Siobhan, one with the lady with the glasses and everything.
Yeah, I know.
Lady.
Yeah. I know you on the main.
I've been just recently, jumping on the bidding room with Nigel Havers. I turned up one on the item I take on is the star of the show, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Nige.
Yeah.
And then I dress around it, if that makes sense.
That's right.
I think, right, I'm taking something on. Right, James Bond cars. Right, how can I make this funny? Like, you've got to make the most of it. So straight away you think, I'll talk like James Bond.
Yeah.
Good evening, Nigel Havers. How are you? So you go, good evening, DJ Pep. How are you?
Yeah.
So I put cycling goggles on my head, like motorcycle goggles.
That's
just
right.
as a quirky outfit. And he said straight away, Pep, have you come on a motorbike? I goes, well, no, it's a long way from Morecambe to Edinburgh on a motorbike. But thank you for thinking like that. I was sick of Morecambe. So I recently appeared on the show again and I had my goggles on. Unfortunately, he remembered about me motorbike and my sidecar, like Stan and Olive from On the Buses. It's DJ Pep. Hello again. Have you come on your motorbike? No. I've still come on my train, but have another stick of Morecambe, what Lord Havers I call him now.
Yeah. Excellent.
Possibly I might be going on that again. Who knows? Can't say too much yet, Notorious.
No.
But watch this little space.
Yeah. Interesting thing about that show, though, was where did you get that London Underground sign from? Finsbury Park, was it, or something?
No.
Camden?
No, it was Knightsbridge.
Knightsbridge.
And that sign had appeared on Drew Pritchard's Salvage Hunters. And he'd gone to a place where it was hung up on the wall. And Drew Pritchard, Hastings Maltese Antique Centre, somewhere in London. Drew had walked past it. Now, obviously, this Salvage Hunters had been filmed and it was put on air 2 months later. So I immediately contacted them saying, just out of curiosity, I saw this on Salvage Hunters. Have you still got the Knightsbridge sign? She said, yeah. I goes, well, can I put in a bid for it? Cheeky bid. I wanted a monkey for it, 500. So I had it in my house, in my man cave, for about 2 years. And then next thing you know, I thought, well, let's see what happens. See if we get a tickle out of it. Because I like to hijack. I call it hijack TV.
Yeah.
I like to hijack TV shows. They took it on board. They said, they like this. I goes, brilliant. Next thing you know, I'm in, what was one? That was Edinburgh, that one.
Yeah.
Normally they film it in Halifax for the James Bond cars or Edinburgh for the London Underground sign. So next in Edinburgh, where we film it, Nige, is where HMS Britannia is. So I had afternoon tea on Britannia, and then I went down to the studio and did the filming for the bidding room.
Correct.
It's all rock and roll, Nige, I tell you.
Do they mix with you, after the show and that? Say you've done the show, you've done the recording. Do they actually go for a drink with you or anything like that?
I'll tell you exactly how it is. After the first show, when I jumped on the second show in the second series, I was like in the green room, even though it isn't a green room, where all the dealers go to sit down and have the tea, coffee, water and everything. Yeah. This lady came up to me and said, Johnny DJ Pep, I hope you're going to be as funny as what you was last time. I goes, I'll try my best. I can't promise anything. Turned out to be the producer. So I thought, that's nice. You know what I mean? Make me remember you, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So now, as soon as you finish the filming, you put in a taxi straight away and you zoom to the station to go back to wherever you've come from. Because you got to remember, they put you up in a hotel the night before.
Right.
So then, once your filming's done, immediately into a cab, taken to the train station, and that's it, you're done.
That feel a bit flat when you come out after recording. You think, I've just got to go home now.
No. As long as you've put funnies in it, and you've done some good one, and you've had them laughing, and you've had a bit of banter with Nigel Havers. Job done. Need you do any more?
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I've left both shows with money in my pocket.
Right.
Because I found Lord Havers' wallet, and I've managed to take some money out of it, put it in my pocket. Oh, Mr. Havers, you dropped your wallet. Thank you, DJ Pep. My pleasure, Lord Havers. Love you.
Have you got any more TV work coming up, or is it a little bit hush?
Keep talking, Nigel.
Yeah, I'm talking. Hello.
Well, let me, darling.
Have you got any more TV work coming up then, or is it a little bit hush?
Nah, hush. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been in contact with the bidding room again. They've been in contact with me. So we'll see what happens, if you know what I mean, Nigel.
Anyway, it's been great talking to you.
Naughty Nigel, it's been awesome talking to you.
Yeah, I think we found out a little bit more. We have 3 questions, though, just before you go.
All right, go for it.
On each podcast, we ask the same 3 questions.
I'll be honest, I've not listened to podcasts, so I don't know what the questions are.
No, you won't know what they are. Nobody does, and they start sweating at this stage, but it's nothing really bad. The first question is,
go on.
Musically wise, who really impressed you as a kid?
Frank Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra, yeah, because you were playing the songs.
Presley.
Elvis Presley, because you were playing the songs as well, was it? Because of that first gig that you used to do?
It would have been Frank Sinatra, yeah, because, the king of the crooners, the Sinatras of the world, absolutely, Nige. I mean, we don't get much better than him.
No, you're definitely right. So the second question...
It's to Milli Vanilli as well.
Right.
Yes, you see, Milli Vanilli, they never did their songs, did they? They just said they'd done them, but somebody else was doing them, and nobody knew where they did them. So that was a curveball there, Nige. Can I tell you a story behind that?
Yeah, go on.
An add-on?
Yeah.
I was on a Radio 1 roadshow, and I was dressed as Batman. Steve Wright and Smiley Miley were doing the show, and I was put in front of Steve Wright. I miss Steve Wright. I'm sure you do, Nige.
Yeah, I do miss him.
Yeah. And he asked me a question. He said, right, DJ Pep, this is how it is. You get this question right, you walk away. You get this question wrong, you're going to get gunged. And there's all fish in this and everything. And Smiley Miley said, it's a right mess in there. So I thought, all right, come on, Steve Wright and the posse, give me it. Tell me, what's the question? He said, all right, DJ Pep.
Yeah.
Who were the real Milli Vanilli? No one knows him to this day, I don't think. So, of course, I got gunged.
Yeah.
But to be gunged by one of your radio heroes is a pleasure, if you know what I mean. Naughty Nige.
Definitely, yeah. They were big stars, weren't they, the Radio 1 guys in those days?
Oh, brilliant, Nige. I used to get on all the time. Whenever the roadshow came to Morecambe, I used to jump on with Gary Davis, Simon Mayo, Jackie Bramble, Steve Wright again. So much so I became the Morecambe Radio 1 ambassador to the roadshows. And then they decided not to bring the roadshows to Morecambe anymore. So I got a petition going saying, no show roadshow. So people signed these petitions. I went down to Broadcasting House, gave massive envelopes to Simon Mayo as he was walking out.
Yeah.
And another true story, as he was walking out, Simon Bates was walking out.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, Simon Bates. So I said, Simon, could I have your autograph, please? And he walked straight past me.
Yeah. I worked with Simon Bates.
Did you? Well, I thought about the Our Tune music when he walked past me and didn't give me his autograph. You know that Our Tune music?
Yeah. Oh, dear.
And I thought I could have been in Our Tune music there. Go on, when did you work with Simon Bates?
I worked with him at Blackpool, and me and Tony Curtis, we used to do like...
Tony Curtis and Roger Moore?
No. It's
the Persuaders?
It's the DJ, Tony Curtis. We used to do like a double show on the promenade at Barron's. And Simon Bates on a Monday night used to come down and used to fill the place on a Monday night.
Excellent.
And it was £5 a ticket, and that was in 1983.
That's a lot of money, probably then, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and he used to come down every Monday. If he couldn't do it, it was Justin used to come down, is it? Justin, what was he called? Can't remember his name now. I think Gary Davis did one.
That's what one of my girlfriends used to call me, Justin.
Justin something. Anyway, I can't remember his name. But Simon Bates came down most weeks.
Was he a nice guy? You get on with him okay?
He was all right, but basically we got paid peanuts, and then he came on for like an hour, and he got his fistful, and that was it. But he was quite happy, but we were quite happy as well because the place was rocking.
And what would have been your favourite song you'd have played then? Because I often see you put on Facebook pictures of singles.
Yeah, I do that, yeah.
I noticed this. And I'm sure everyone listening to the podcast will know this as well. What was your favourite song you'd have played in the clubs back then, Nige?
Well, an off-the-cuff one. It wasn't really a dancey song, but do you remember Funk Master?
Is that Farley? Farley?
No, it's Funk Master, and it was called It's Over.
Why?
It's over. Just kept singing, I can't believe it's over. Do you remember that?
No, I don't. Is it like soul?
Yeah,
soul
really. A bit slow, really. But there was The Crown. Do you remember The Crown?
Steve White used to play it all the time. Gary Bird.
Yeah.
He wears a crown.
And the GB Experience.
That's it, yeah. What a great... And it lasts for about 10 minutes.
Brilliant.
And it'd be rapping in the middle of it, wouldn't it?
Yeah. If we had to go round to McDonald's to get a burger, we used to put that on. Or New Order Blue Monday. That was another filler.
Excellent.
And then Fly Round Blue. I was getting played to bits then at that time.
You could have played, was it Lamel, The Never Ending Story?
Yeah, that was out as well, yeah.
Enough time there, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I was going to sue that movie.
So, yeah, it's great. Anyway, chatting. I'll let you go now because we've been on for ages, over half an hour.
Question 2?
Oh, question 2. Yeah. Right, okay. On to question 2. I know you like your cars, don't you?
Go on, yeah.
Yeah. So the question is, which is your favourite car, or which is a car that you would really like to have?
I'd like to have it to Tony Curtis again, in the Persuaders for Ferrari Dino.
Yeah, right.
That was a great car. Do you remember that?
I do. Car? Yeah, was it a white one?
No, red.
Oh, red. There you go.
Sinclair would have the Aston Martin in gold, and Tony Curtis would have the red Dino Ferrari.
Yeah. Now,
that's probably the coolest car ever.
What's the best car that you've driven?
The best car that I've driven? Well, this old lady's car. She just got into the shop. She's left her keys in. All right, darling. Let me. I don't know, to be honest, Nige. I mean, I like a Scale Electric's car.
Yeah.
I've driven that quite well.
What you like? All right, okay, we'll move on.
I like a pedal car.
Pedal car, yeah, I used to like them.
I'm still trying to think of that in London. It's got a guy with a gong, and he bangs it, and it's not Paramount.
Yeah.
What's that film studio
I know the
called,
one you mean now.
It's going to bug me now. And you go through gates to get there.
Yeah,
this is for the weakest link, and I thought to myself, blimey, this is posh.
Are you ready for question 3 then?
Yeah, go on, question 3.
Question 3 is, what is your go-to snack?
Well, I'm hyperactive. So, I mean, anything. My favourite drink in the world is a bottle of Coca-Cola Original on the rocks with ice.
Yeah.
Anything with sugar in, like sweets and everything, because once again, being hyperactive, you need that energy rush.
Yeah, what about eating, though? What would you like to eat? What's a definite, I'd love one of those. And you could eat one nearly every day.
Ooh, that's an interesting one. But something I've not cooked, that's for sure.
What do you go when you go out for a brew, right?
Go on, dearest.
You go to the cafe for a brew. What would you have with your cup of tea or whatever you're having?
I'd have my cup of coffee with 4 sugars in, and at the moment I'm into Greggs, so I'd have a sausage roll.
Sausage roll. Well, we'll say it's a sausage roll then, right? You're always up for a sausage roll.
Always up for a sausage roll from Greggs. In the deal, like £2.60 is.
Gosh.
What about you, Nigel? What would be your go-to?
I think
snack?
it'd be a bacon sandwich, really. And I know a lot of people say that.
Would you have sauce on it?
Definitely red sauce, yeah.
Yes, it's got to be blood in it. I always call it blood.
Ugh.
I like a Burger King. Those are good. I like a Subway, but it's all fast food, you see. But that's how I'm like. Fast living, fast food, Nige.
Yeah, I do get that. But you don't drink, do you?
No, don't drink. Coca-Cola, full fat, stuff like that. Energy drinks. I love Prime.
Yeah.
Red Bull, full fat, love it.
I had to give that Red Bull up. Yeah, I did have a problem with that, but I won't tell everybody what it was. It was
really?
After 6 months of drinking that, it had a bit of a funny effect on me.
Did it?
Yeah, I won't say what it was, but anyway, I had to pack it up.
You become a tripod, did you?
A little bit like that. Yeah, it was something like that. I was walking rather funny.
Excellent, notorious.
So there's something not to do. Right, and we'll leave it there then, if you want. Thanks for chatting, and we'll keep in touch, Pep. Anyway, it's great. Always great to chat to you. We'll catch up soon, and thanks.
Love you loads.
And
let me know what the name of that studio was, beginning with P in London.
Pinewood. Yeah.
Pinewood.
Yeah, Pinewood Studios.
Pinewood. That's it.
Yeah, Pinewood.
Thank you, Nige. That would have bugged me.
Yeah, brilliant. Have a great week.
Thank you, Notorious.
Keep
You as well.
entertaining, Mr. Showbiz.
Showbiz.
Yeah. All right.
Bye, darling.
See you later, Pep.
If you loved what you heard, make sure to hit subscribe on this podcast channel to never miss an episode. Stay connected and become part of the Sands Showbiz family by following us on our social media platforms. See you next time.